Hi, this is Sarah from Sassy Sarah Reads, and today I'm bringing you my November reading wrap-up. I read 13 books in the month of November, but a few of those were Goosebumps books. Link down below to my thoughts on that in my video for my Goosebumps reading wrap-up. So let's hop right into my favorite book of the month, which was Full Dark, No Stars by Stephen King. And this is a collection of novellas that consists of 1922, Big Driver, A Fair Extension, and A Good Marriage, and my edition also came with a really short story called Under the Weather. My favorite story in this collection was 1922, which is about a father who reveals that he killed his wife and he coerced his son into doing it with him. And I really love this story. I thought that it was an excellent portrayal of just how one choice is a catalyst for other bad decisions, and it was excellent. I gave it 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's great, fantastic, loved it. It should be a movie. I also can never look at Ratatouille the same way again. And of course, the next one is Big Driver, which is a Lifetime movie. I gave this one 4.5 stars. It's about a writer of, cozy little mystery old lady novels, and she is doing a signing at a local bookstore, not a local one, but one that she goes out of town to get paid for, and she's all just about the money, And she ends up being suggested to take this, shorter route. And on this shorter route, she runs into a man who puts her through pure and absolute torture. And then the story just kind of goes on from there, and I highly recommend it. I'm really interested in the Lifetime movie because it seems like it would make a really good, adaptation. And 4.5 stars for that one. And then the next book, why do I keep saying book? It's not a book, it's a novella. Is Fair Extension, which is set in the town of Derry, Maine, the home of Pennywise the Clown, and it's about a man who basically makes a deal with the devil on having a fair extension on his life by basically ruining his best friend's life because he secretly hates him. I hated that guy. I really did. I really hated him. He was in pure and absolute joy while seeing his friend's family go through so much turmoil, and his family was... What happened to that man's family was really heartbreaking. And this man is just like, LOL, this is great. And I was like, what? So I gave it 4 stars because I really couldn't get behind this guy. Like, he was just a horrible person. And then A Good Marriage. 4.75 stars for that one. I read the afterword from King, and it's on the BTK killer. And it's about, a wife who has said that her and her husband have always had a good marriage, and then she comes across a box in the garage that upheaves everything. And, yeah, that was a good story. And it's also a movie, and I'm really looking forward to it because it was good. And then there's that little tiny short story. It's like 20 pages, and it's called Under the Weather, and it's about a man whose wife is under the weather. And there seems to be a weird smell in their apartment. And you know what? It was really predictable. It was like kind of one of those creepypasta stories. Like, it felt like I knew it was going to happen because I feel like I've read that one so many times in a creepypasta story. So I gave that one 3 stars because it was really kind of an unnecessary thing. And then the next book is another 4.5 read, and it is called How to Seduce of Scott by Christy English. And it's about a English girl who needs to get married. And there's a Scotsman, of course, and she shouldn't want him, but she does, and I loved it. It was cute, and just great cast of characters. Really enjoyed it. And then I read Illuminated by Jay Kristoff and Amy Kaufman, and this is a 4.25 star read for me. I really enjoyed looking at Illuminated because it's a great novel. Like, every page has so much detail. Like, look at this. So much detail, and there's even pages upon pages in here that are just so beautiful to look at. You can look at them for hours. But this novel shouldn't have been so aesthetic. Like, I feel like it relied heavily on what it looked like instead of the contents inside of it. And I struggled with connecting to the characters, and I felt like the AI, Aiden, which is an artificial intelligence life form, his point of view and passages in here really weighed it down. Like, yeah, they're pretty to look at, but oh my god, they drag on and on and on. But I did really enjoy the ending, and I'm definitely looking forward to the rest of this series. The next book I read is called The Princess and the Penis, and I gave this one a 4 stars. Okay, this is one of those books that I came across on Goodreads because everyone who I'm friends with was like, LOL, this is great, funny. And it's free on Amazon, so I read it, and it's a great satire. If you love satires, I recommend it because it's about a princess who is cocooned in a little innocent life, and she doesn't know anything about sex. And you know how satires are, they're great. I loved it. Check that one out. It's free and like under 100 pages. Definitely read that one. And then the next book on my list is called An Hour of Mischief by Amy Hindman. And I give this one 3.75 stars. And this is about a thief who lives in a world where there are time gods. So like every portion of the clock is like a god for something. And she ends up encountering the god of mischief and the goddess of wine and partying and all kind of stuff, and it's really entertaining. I enjoyed it, and yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the next book. And then the next book I have is Instructions for the End of the World by Jamie Kane, which I give 2.75 stars to. I did not love it, obviously, and I did not hate it. I feel like a lot of the story is kind of unnecessary. It's about a family who ends up moving into the woods because of their survivalist father. And he's all like, the end is gonna come, the end is gonna come, da 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 da. And then their family ends up going through turmoil. And there's also point of views from other people. And I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. And then the next book is an audiobook that I've been listening to for ages, and then it's called I Tell You I Love You, but Then I'd Have to Kill You by Amy Carter. And it is the first book in the Gallagher Academy series, and I like the idea of the Gallagher Academy. I did not like the execution of it, and I did not like the narrator or Cammie's voice, and yeah, no. 2 stars for that one. And then I encountered the worst book of the year for me, What We Left Behind by Robin Talley. And I did not like the representation of gender queer in this. And yeah, I have a review for it, which you should definitely read if you want to know my thoughts, because I'm going to just leave it at, I hated it. I really hated it. 1 star. So that is all the books that I've read in November. And let me know down below if you've read any of these. And don't forget to subscribe. And bye!